Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CTN Outdoor Rink at the Coon Rapids Ice Center for CTN Mobile production of girls high school hockey. It's Hockey Day in Coon Rapids as both boys and girls teams welcome their conference rival from Anoka. Joe Yund, Howie Shapiro, not with me. Jeremy Smith.
Good save.
Standing in for Howie Shapiro up above where it's nice and warm, but a beautiful night, really. You couldn't ask for better outdoor hockey conditions.
Yeah, officially 18 degrees out there right now, which is cold enough to keep it chilly, but not so cold that the players are going to be needing to bundle up any extra.
Home teams heavily favored in both of these contests. It caps off a day full of outdoor activities. Kylie Scott, right off the opening draw, jumps on the puck, gets in and puts a shot in on the keeper, but right into the breadbasket.
Well, nice to get a shot off 6 seconds into the game, though, right?
And get an offensive draw. Tornadoes try and bring it up the near wing, able to poke it out past Scott at the blue line. Julian recovers for the Bluebirds. Tranked behind the net by Amsler. Plays it around. Brooke Johnson had it cut off in front of her. Anoka coming strong on the forecheck. Poked away and free to Brooklyn Johnson. Johnson will toe drag to find some room, then chopped off her stick by Botno and into the corner. Tornadoes able to get to it and play it softly down ice, so no chance it will be icing. Del Castillo back up the wing, deflected in by Brooklyn Johnson. Coming in on the forecheck is Sydney Bernovic. Bernovic chases Clocker behind the net. Clocker will reverse it. Booth is there. She's pinned to the wall by Zahalka. Recovered for the Tornadoes by Kendall Reichley. Bowden played it back, and that shot just wide now from Zahalka. Zahalka able to recover, kicked off of her stick, and now out to center, where it's turned back in. Down the right boards comes Kyla Ketting, relieved of the puck by Caitlin Booth, who swings it around. Slowed, but still gets out to center, where it's turned around again by the Bluebirds. Ketting with some room down the right wing. She'll take his shot. It's deflected. Bowden has a piece of it in front, but now recovered by the Tornadoes. That was Francois who got it clear and then got tripped up. No whistle as play goes on.
Lost an edge out there.
Lily McKenzie across for Kylie Scott. Nearly had it stripped off her stick. Instead, turns on the speed through neutral and into the offensive end of the ice. Trying to come back and jam it short side. A rebound chance goes wide for Bertovic. In the corner, it's recovered there by McKenzie. Out front, a little backhander. A recovery, a chance back out front. Still loose and a goal. Lily McKenzie, or maybe not, finally poking it home. It may have been, McKenzie's leading the line, so it was McKenzie who had the final poke, and an early lead for the Bluebirds just 2.5 minutes in.
Yeah, we see they had a lot of rebound chances there. Goalkeeper not able to get a handle on that puck as it bounced around, and good job, keep those sticks working when you're in low like that, and somebody's going to knock it in.
Singh started it all with a somewhat harmless-looking backhand and then able to jam away at the rebound. Got herself another chance, and then it came free to McKenzie. Long shot through traffic. Well-positioned was Wastrel to make the save. McKenzie recovers in the corner and then taken away from her by Baron Donglier. Cross ice, tipped to center by Julian, sent right back in by the Tornadoes.
They're going to get a partial line change here.
Oswegan's pass deflected. Bernovic gets it out to center. Singh sends it along in the backhand. And then turning it back up ice for Anoka was Caitlin Booth. Bowden stops the progress along the near boards. Trying to create some trouble as she trailed Clocker in the offensive end. This one comes free to Emma Olsen, who got it into the zone. Turned right back out by Booth. Tornadoes get the red line, dump it in. Wastrel will set it up behind for Scott. Scott looking for some speed down the boards. Bounce pass didn't get around the defender. Anoka able to get it turned back out to center. Olsen recovers, plays it back for Del Castillo. She's disrupted by Francois, who gets it out to center, but the Tornadoes could not turn it toward the net.
And that pass to Botno just off the mark. She wasn't able to capitalize.
Bowden sends it into the corner, gives chase, jams up along the end boards along with Anoka's Lily Clocker. Bluebirds come away with it. Olsen trying to get it back to Bowden behind. Instead, she'll send it out to the line of Swegan. Having trouble with a rolling puck, lost it out of the zone. Del Castillo chips it back into the Anoka end, but the Tornadoes turn it right back out to center. As Swegan finds some room, dumps it in, and she'll give chase from her blue line position. McKenzie fresh on the ice, nearly created a turnover along the boards. Comes free to center, whereas Swegan sends it back in as she gets off. Clocker stopping up behind her own end and then played off the puck by Brooklyn Johnson. Tied up in the corner. McKenzie comes away with it to Singh. Sends it on the backhand out to the blue line. Played across for Kylie Scott. She lost the handle. And this is an opportunity for Leah Amsler. But Scott able to recover and knock it off her stick. And then Amsler just sends it in deep. Behind the net. Centering pass taken away by Scott. Sent to the blue line but held there. Scott gets it right back. Lost the handle. Another opportunity. Backhand pass and an in-close chance for Nora Sloth, but Wastrel able to get back and make the save point blank.
There were a couple shots in a row here for Anoka, but nothing able to find home as that one's tossed out into the pine trees. Something you don't see inside much.
That is to imply it does occasionally happen.
Well, there could be decorations inside or something off ice. But yes, generally the pine trees are kept outside here at the creek.
Face off to the right of Maddie Wastrel.
You see Wastrel's got that stocking cap on top of the helmet there. It's a good look for outdoor hockey.
Never been a fan.
Really? Oh,
Never been a fan.
Maybe that's why I like it so much, Joe, just to be contrarian.
Julian turns in the corner, plays it up the boards. Ketting deflects it past the defender, gets it out to center, but too far in front of her, and Reichele able to turn it around for the Tornadoes. Reichele up the boards, got past Swegan into the corner. She plays it behind for Shelby Julian. She's pressured by Hennis. Hennis centering, that's deflected away. Shot through traffic, deflects into the corner. Julian had it knocked off her stick. Swegan recovers behind the net. Near side for Semling, held at the line though by Ulm.
Tornadoes putting on some good extended pressure here in the offensive zone.
Long pass ahead, and that's deflected to center. Ketting gets to it, dumps it in. Anoka swings it around the near boards. Brooklyn Johnson came in and couldn't peel it off cleanly. Tornadoes wait and now throw at the distance, and that will be icing.
So you just like the pure hockey helmet.
Well, my son, knowing that I'm not a fan, every time he played outdoors, he wore a helmet, a hat over his goaltender's mask.
Good on him. Part of a teenager's job is to troll their parents.
I think it was Carey Price, actually, who was the first I know of. And, you know, such a great goaltender, you can understand why other goaltenders would want to emulate him. Centering pass, a chance for Del Castillo, but right into the midsection of the Anoka netminder.
Well, yeah, and as we saw earlier, just keep putting pucks on goal, wait for some of those rebound chances. That's how the Bluebirds scored their first.
Face-off win for the Bluebirds. Milton plays it down low, centered. Chance at the back door, bouncing around, still loose, comes free behind the net. Brooklyn Johnson circling, lost the handle, but right to Milton at the blue line. Her shot deflected, but ends up wide in the corner. Recovered by Johnson momentarily, and then taken away by Booth.
That was a
Booth tracked up the near boards. Del Castillo able to hold momentarily, and now forced out to center by Amsler. Quick regroup, and Bluebirds right back on the attack. That one's deflected away as Johnson was trying to dangle the defender. Played back out to center. Julian chips it in, knocked down by Amsler. Plays it back out to center. Play it across, dumped in by Brnovic. Anoka right back on the move through center. Into the offensive end. Kristoff ridden off into the corner. Stays with it. Still has possession. Knocked free. That shot deflected and ends up in the near corner. Oswegan was ridden into the boards. Brnovic fanned on a pass attempt and now turns it over to Abby Moore. Moore pinned to the boards by Oswegan. Comes free for Brnovic. She'll skate through center. Get the red line and dump it in. 8 minutes remaining in the first period. Champlain Park Coon Rapids a 1-0 lead over the Anoka Tornadoes. A goal by Lily McKenzie, 2:33 into the contest. Loose puck tracked down by Kylie Scott. Skates behind the net. Tracked into the near corner by Hennis. Lost it in her skates, but kicks it to Bowden, and then those two crash into one another and slide into neutral ice. Dumped back in deep by Reichele. Reichele recovers it in the corner. Dumps it in on the backhand. There for it is Hennis. Tried to center off the back of the net. Milton plays it up the boards. This one to center, deflected wide by Hennis. Chip to the line, again a hold. This one tipped in on Wastrel. She'll cover it and take the defensive zone face-off to get some fresh legs on the ice.
Yeah, a lot of shots coming her way. Nothing with too much power on it, though, but sometimes all you need is one crazy bounce on the puck, and it goes over a glove.
Anoka Tornadoes just 1-6-1. They've lost 6 straight games since starting with a win and a tie. Easy save for Wastrel there. Shut out 3 times in their last 4 games. But they are bringing good pressure here through the first period in response to that early goal by Champlain Park Coon Rapids. Singh flipped it behind, thought McKenzie was going to shoot up the boards. Instead, it's the Tornadoes back the other way. Dumped in by Reinholz. Tracked down near corner. That pass out of the reach of Singh. Played to center. McKenzie with speed. Has help. Goes back door, but a good back check by Reinholz. Able to deflect it away from Brooklyn Johnson. Shot from the point. Deflects in. The save. Rebound chance off the post. Now poked home. Cam Singh on the doorstep. Able to give Champlain Park Coon Rapids a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and just those follow-up opportunities like we talked about, Joe. The goalkeeper not able to control that puck. Bounced off. A few different players for the Bluebirds had a shot at that one and finally gets put home. Give them that 2-0 lead.
Well, I think the netminder was a little surprised. It didn't really see the shot, and then on the initial deflection, it came in and hit her in the pad and had no chance to control a rebound as she didn't know where the shot was coming from. And then second shot off the post, and Cam Singh tucks it into a wide open cage. Chance for Johnson, tried to go top shelf near side, but missed it high. Tornadoes trying to cut out front. A turnover. McKenzie spun a backhander, but didn't have anything on it.
Dangerous spot to lose the puck.
Pass to the point, didn't quite have enough on it from Bowden. Francois kicks it into the corner, gives chase, pinned to the boards by Scott. Scott with speed, plays it off the board and down. Gives chase, gets there first, but can't control the puck. Tipped to the far side by Hammaker. Hammaker can't get past Johnson. Johnson couldn't get the shot off. Hammaker recovers. Hammaker for Anoka. Back up. They clear it out to center. And Champlain Park Coon Rapids regroups, recovers. Kylie Scott will dump it in. Olsen behind her net to stop it up. Francois pinned to the boards. Bowden comes away with the puck. Her shot hit a skate. Oswego steps up from the blue line, pokes it out front. Bouncing puck ends up behind. Pass to the point, hit a skate. Tornado is able to clear to center. Oswego turns, her pass deflected, and the referee did not see the stick deflected and send it long, so it will be icing.
Referee with an impressive beard out there, Joe. I know you're working on catching yours up to that. Probably keeps his neck warm while he's out there, huh?
Could be. A little extra wind protection.
Won't stop a puck, though.
No. Might soften the blow a bit, but not enough. It was a solid hit into the boards by Ella Hennis.
Yeah, Brnovic took a good hit to the back there up against the glass.
And she is going to get the call. That's why you saw Wastrel head for the bench. Johnson in, takes a shot. That's deflected high. And now the Tornadoes able to play the puck and draw the whistle. And now Champlain Park Coon Rapids with a 2-goal lead will get in a power play here late in the first period.
Don't have the benefit of the instant replay here, but definitely deserving of that penalty, not a questionable call.
She just came in with a little too much force, didn't hold position, but rather drove the CPCR, Brnovic being the CPCR player, into the glass. Going to get you every time. Early shot by Scott. Relatively easy save for Olsen. Tornadoes able to send it to the length. Kylie Scott will skate up the right wing. To the hash marks out front. Pass bounced away from Oswego. Scott to Oswego down low. Lost the handle. Tried to center. Bounces free and cleared down where Wastrel will handle. Handed off to Lily McKenzie, chased behind the net. Gives it up to Sydney Brnovic, fanned on a pass, got it back, now gets it ahead. It got past Oswego, and Anoka sends it right back in deep. A little more than midway through the advantage. One shot so far on the power play for Champlain Park Coon Rapids. Good pressure shorthanded from Kendall Reichley. Lily McKenzie goes the distance and scores! Finds the short angle top shelf against Anoka Olsen, who went down just a bit too early. A power play goal, her second of the game, has her team in front 3-0 with 2:34 to go in the first period.
Yeah, just a little back and forth move, shifted her weight, and buried that one to the top right corner of the net. I know we don't have instant replay available. However, the internet feed is delayed enough that I can see it a second time.
This one flipped to the near corner. Tornadoes looking to respond, now trailing by 3. Seems only moments ago we were talking about the amount of offensive pressure they were bringing despite being down 1-0 early. But the CPCR squad certainly has a spark. That pass through center deflected by Anoka's Amaya Olson, so no icing. CPCR trying to bring some pressure on the forecheck, force the turnover. It's played across to the far boards. Amaker able to sweep it out to center. Kylie Scott plays it off the boards. Nobody there but maroon jerseys. Now look at Brooklyn Johnson. Gets a steal, and that shot just flipped over the net.
Able to kick it ahead to herself and get a nice clean shot on there. Good job by the goalkeeper to.
And now Anoka is going to get a power play delayed penalty upcoming against the Bluebirds. Not able to touch it. Yes, the whistle did blow. It's a little different being inside at an outdoor game, not able to hear, enjoy the atmosphere.
The sounds of hockey I definitely miss. Even just the blades on the ice. We'll have to pipe some sound in for ourselves here. So, minute and a half, just under, left to go here in the first. So this penalty will carry into the second period.
So one played to the line, but held there. Flipped down low to the corner. Amsler plays it back up top with it now as Reichele. Pass to flex into the corner. Oswego looking for a little bit of room. Good pressure coming from the Tornadoes. Amsler's pass near side for Hennis. Hennis back to Amsler. Now out to the point for Reichele. CPCR pressuring shorthanded along the boards. Bernovic trying to force it out. Kicks free to the far side. Brooklyn Johnson recovers, stops up. Flips, but hit a body and not able to get it out to center. Turnaround chance, save made by Wastrel on the opportunity for Kristoff. Finally, Champlain Park Coon Rapids able to break the zone. They do like to bring pressure shorthanded. Try and force turnovers and mistakes by opposing power plays. Amsler able to find some room. Shot is turned away by Wastrel into the corner. Bounces around. Amsler out front. A backhand, and that hit a body out front. I think it was a block for Oswego. Amsler out front and just under the stick of Reese Kristoff, who was standing in the slot, and the buzzer sounds. And we will go to the first intermission. Champlain Park Coon Rapids 3 goals, 2 from Lily McKenzie, have them up 3-0 after the first period. You're watching CTN mobile coverage of girls high school hockey. Back at the CTN Outdoor Rink at Coon Rapids Ice Center. Hockey Day Coon Rapids starts with a bang. The Champlain Park Coon Rapids squad out to a 3-0 lead over visiting Anoka, but the Tornadoes will start the second period with 34 seconds of power play time. Joe Yund and Jeremy Smith up above the action, and in between goals 1 and 2 for Champlain Park Coon Rapids, Anoka put on some decent offensive pressure, just not able to cash in against Wastrel.
Yeah, Wastrel did a good job keeping her eyes on the puck. Her defense definitely got in the way of a bunch of those, so she didn't face quite as many shots, but we'll see how we go in the second here.
Tornadoes win the draw, but out of the reach of Reichele. She's chased behind by Scott, who forces the puck free, tries to jam it home short side, and forces Olsen to freeze it for a face-off in the Anoka end.
Yeah, good aggressive pressure shorthanded there. Kills another 13 seconds off that power play.
Good turnout. We're high teens for tonight's contest. Beautiful weather for outdoor hockey, and when you have a facility like the CTN Outdoor Rink, you have to use it, and you have to show it off, and they have done so with games outdoor all day. Kylie Scott, long way around the right side. This one deflected in and off the pad of Olsen, recovered by Scott. The penalty is over. Back to even strength hockey. That shot deflected and ends up in the corner. Hennis getting the stick in the way, poked along by Amsler on the far boards. Held there by McKenzie. Julian sweeps it back to her. McKenzie out front. Johnson fighting for it, gets it, and flips it into the near corner. Kind of rolled up and over her stick. Tornadoes trying to get it up the boards. Held there by Bernovic. Poked at. Hennis trying to jam away. Bernovic able to hold the line. Booth behind her own net. Plays it far side for Amsler. She's jammed up by Julian. Again, is Bernovic stopping it up. Now poked to center, and the Tornadoes have numbers. Pass out front. The chance for Hennis is spoiled. A good stick by Eswegan.
Yeah, chance for a 2-on-1 there for Anoka, but the Bluebird defense snapped right in there and took care of the opportunity.
Bernovic sends it in deep off the end boards. Turned back the Tornadoes way by Francois, but out to center, too far for her teammates, and it's turned around by the Bluebirds. Francois back into her own zone, goes off the boards, stepping up as Wiegand. Able to slow the puck. It's recovered by Tessa Bowden. Bowden near side, Ketting a shot, glove save, and hold for Annika Olsen.
Man, Bowden giving the goalkeeper a little bump after the play there. But like you said, good crowd out here. Great ambiance. We've had some snow the past couple of days, so those trees are in the festive attire.
They've got bonfires and s'mores and hot cocoa and cider. Oh, my.
Yeah, pretty good crowd. And
what a
like
day.
you said, great temperature for this.
Milton's shot was blocked back out into neutral ice. Sent back in deep by Scott. Recovered behind the net by Francois. She's cut off on the far side by Emma Olsen. Olsen continues to poke it free. Gets position, gets the puck away, but then Layla Alm came in and took it back for the Tornadoes. Good step up from the point by Milton to hold it. Tornadoes come near side. Amsler able to get it past Scott, and now able to force it out to center ice, and another 2-on-1. Out front, the shot, not a lot on it. The save and the cover by Wastrel. So good offensive zone pressure by Champlain Park, but leads to a couple of odd player rushes for the Anoka Tornadoes.
Yeah, good job by the Bluebirds defense to get back to try and recover, but you can only give up so many odd man rushes before a goal's going to get through.
Tie up off the draw, kicked free by Bernovic. Battle continues into the corner, poking at it Del Castillo. Shoved to the corner by Eswegan. And now out to center by Brnovic. Dump back in. Oswego gets it back out. And now Del Castillo able to wiggle it forward for Cam Singh, who dumps it in deep, and that's going to get you a penalty for sure, as Oswego just absolutely railroaded Ella Hennis along the near boards. Touch up by Cameron Singh, and Anoka back to the power play. 13:32 to play, period number 2.
Not able to capitalize on that first one.
They had some good movement on the first half of it at the end of the first period. Got one good shot in, maybe had 2 shots on that power play chance. But Champlain Park, Coon Rapids doing a real nice job of just keeping the puck at their end at the start of this period, which was the end of their first power play. Loose puck, Julian tried to swing it around, stopped up by Amsler. Julian gets it free and sends it down ice. Brooklyn Johnson hot on the heels of Booth into the corner, creating that shorthanded pressure. Booth slides it to the far corner and then catches up with it herself. Johnson forces a turnover high slot, and she misses high over the cage. Covered out of the corner by Reichele. Still pressured. Brnovic there supplying the forecheck. This one played out to center, and Shelby Julian trying to avoid some pressure. Flips it on the backhand to the blue line. Stopped up there. Couple of players battle. Julian gets the loose puck and gets it in deep.
If you didn't count the players out there, you'd be confused as to which team was on the power play right now.
This one played ahead for Hennis. Too far. Scott steps up. Able to kick it free. Scott again kicks it free. McKenzie trying to get it to Julian. Julian back across for Zahalka. Zahalka got it back out to center ice. Tornadoes able to deflect it in, but Kylie Scott, first one there. Just over 30 seconds left in the Anoka power play. Scott stops up, changes directions, finds a lane, and slips it past Francois at the blue line all the way down. 200 feet, and McKenzie nearly got a steal. This one still loose, comes in on Olsen where she can cover, in a little bit of a lazy play by the Anoka keeper in the exchange with her defender. Nearly cost the Tornadoes heavily.
Real aggressive play here by the Bluebirds, shorthanded.
I love it. That's
again,
Coach Gutterman.
Plus
100%.
a 3-0 lead gives you a little more leeway.
Gutterman likes to be aggressive on the shorthanded penalty kill situations, and they've got enough speed that they can pressure in deep in the offensive end and still be able to get back. This one cleared all the way down and not enough for icing, and that will do it for the power play. A near turnover, but Del Castillo able to break it up a second time. This one's poked free out of the reach of Oswego. She pokes it into the zone. This one turned around off the far boards and out to center by Abby Moore. Again, a forced turnover in neutral ice. This time it leads to the delayed penalty and a power play upcoming for the Bluebirds after a couple successful kills. They'll have a chance to go back on the advantage. They're 1-for-1 on the power play.
Going to be a trip there as a wooden blade caught a metal blade going through center ice.
I don't think there are any wooden blades out there.
Yeah, the hockey stick. The blade of the stick. It's made of wood, right?
No.
No, they don't make wood sticks anymore?
No.
What is this?
You can find them if you look really, really hard.
It's all fiberglass now?
It's all ball bearings.
Polystyrene?
Yes, and yes. And
almost a goal there.
Bluebirds just with pressure right off the opening draw win, and then Scott lost the handle at the blue line. They'll have to regroup. Scott establishes the offensive end, drops it off for Oswego, all the way across at the blue line. On her backhand, tipped off her stick by Booth. McKenzie wins it, gets it back to Scott at the blue line. Across Bernovic had to recover it off the board, sends it down low. First one there was Clocker to send it around. This one to the line, but not out. Scott tipped out front by Oswego, still ends up wide. Bernovic recovers out of the corner, but then peeled off her stick by Clocker, and Clocker gets it back out to center. Scott weaves her way in. High right side into the corner, spins away from pressure. Sidesteps a stick check out to the point. The one-timer by Johnson goes wide. Rebound chance off the netminder, and diving to cover is Anoka Olsen.
Good heat on that shot. That one-timer from Johnson just missed left of the net. But again, another rebound opportunity for the Bluebirds there. 54 left on this power play chance.
Anoka wins to the corner. A fan on the clear attempt by Alm. Comes to the point. Shelby Julian circles. Sets it up. Singh back to Julian. Back to Singh. Shot hit traffic and ends up on the boards. Back out to the point. Julian through traffic. Kicked away by Olsen. Tornadoes able to get it and send it the length. Amsler pressuring shorthanded. She's able to win the puck. Back to the point. A takeaway by Del Castillo. And Briley Del Castillo drops it off. Singh lost it in her skates. Recovered. Ketting trying to center, and it ran into the netminder. She's able to cover. 6 seconds left on the power play for the Bluebirds.
Change some skaters here. 9:13 to go here in the second. And our spectator crowd continues to grow.
Bluebirds win the draw. Back to the point. Scott through traffic. Just misses wide on the near side. Penalty is over. Back to 5-on-5. Centering chance. Bernovic, while her feet were in the air, able to get a decent chance and try and jam it home. Back out to center. Quick regroup. Lily McKenzie along the right wing. Plays it back out of the reach of Oswego. And Wastrel will set it on a tee for Kylie Scott. Midway through the second period, and another power play upcoming as Scott split a couple of defenders, got tripped up. Bluebirds maintain possession down into the corner for McKenzie. Sixth skater is on. Kicked free, and apparently enough for the whistle to blow. CPCR with 3 shots on that previous power play. No outstanding opportunities, but spent a lot of time in the offensive end.
Yeah, the Anoka defense definitely created a lot of traffic that last time, deflected a lot of shots before they got through to the netminder.
Anoka able to win the draw. Not a lot on that clear attempt. And Scott steps up, pokes it to Bernovic. Bernovic controls, and we've got a hand pass. And I don't know about that. Where's that replay? It may have rolled up her stick and caught a piece of her glove. We're kind of, and as you mentioned, the broadcast a bit behind, so we're able to look at the replay real quick. Does look like maybe it popped up and then she may have punched at it. So maybe not a terrible call, but.
Well, that's a case where the official had a better angle than we did, so we're going to trust him.
Kylie Scott trying to outskate the Anoka defense. Lost the handle into the corner, but first one there, centers, and it got through everybody back out to center. Lily McKenzie has to track it down back in her own end. Tried to hand it off to to Bernovic rather, and nearly just gave Hennis a glorious opportunity. That pass is deflected. Get Johnson able to come back to it and gain the zone. Her pass taken away. Abby Moore fighting off some pressure, but lost the handle. Tornadoes able to tip it back into the Bluebird end midway through the power play for Champlain Park Coon Rapids. Across ice, Sydney Bernovic will carry it into the zone. Sidesteps Plastholm back to the point. Julian with a shot. McKenzie finishes on the rebound. She's got the hat trick. 2 on the power play. And Champlain Park Coon Rapids has a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, and as we look at it on our tape-delayed replay here, just another one the goalie wasn't able to tie down. A lot of sticks poking at it, came free, and then punched home by McKenzie for that 4-0 lead.
Two for 2 on the power play, a 4-goal lead now for Champlain Park Coon Rapids. And boy, have they been in control of this second period.
Yeah, definitely keeping the pressure on, whether they're shorthanded or at full strength.
This one sent out to center, just out of the reach of Amsler. Quick turnaround by the Bluebirds. Ketting jams it in. Flung around by Booth. Good stick by Bowden to force the turnover. Zahalka battling down there as well. Stepping in is Oswego. Booth tied up along the end boards with Bowden. Ketting in there digging for it as well. Booth able to kick it free. Julian steps up. Holds it near the hash marks. Ketting back into the corner. Spins away from Booth and spins again back to her forehand. Will duck behind the net. Head up, looks, turns, shoots. That went through the crease and into the near corner. Zahalka trying to dig it out of her feet. Bouncing puck. Amsler can't get it out of the zone. Jumping on the loose puck is Bowden. Reestablishing for the Bluebirds. Sends it out front, then got back to it and swept it just wide. Bowden gets it to Zahalka. Zahalka trying to get around. Hard on the stick was Kristoff. Centering attempt by Oswego. Comes right back to her. She'll skate around and then now at the top of the zone. The pass handcuffs Shelby Julian. She swung and missed on a dump attempt. And it's poked back out to center by Baron DeGolier. Champlain Park Coon Rapids back in off the post. A big blast from Kyra Ketting.
Just missed that one.
Just hammered it. I'm sure if we were outside, we could hear the iron.
I might have heard it through the glass up here. A lot of power behind that shot, just deflected off the pipe.
5:18 to go in period number 2. Champlain Park Coon Rapids up by a 4-0 score. 3 goals from Lily McKenzie. Came into the game with a team high 5. Both she and Brooklyn Johnson with 5 goals on the campaign so far. Also led the team in points with 13. Now has 3 goals to add to those team highs. Shot in close, and it's turned away by Olsen. Jammed at. Loose puck chopped just wide by McKenzie again. Lily McKenzie gets it lost in the referee's skates. Able to dig it free back up top. Milton back to McKenzie. McKenzie trying to go to the far side point. Now sweeps it out to the line and too far for Milton. Milton turns it around to Kylie Scott. Off the board, Singh trying to settle a bouncing puck. Will head back into her own zone. McKenzie, a one-touch pass. Bernovic can't get through the traffic as it's tipped off her stick by Hennis. Again, Champlain Park Coon Rapids doing a good job of pressuring on the breakout and forcing just turnovers in the neutral zone. Kylie Scott skating through some traffic, gets around the corner to the backhand, stopped by Olsen. Kylie Scott, a big overtime game winner against Centennial Spring Lake Park, ranked number 8 in the state right now. Kylie Scott again with speed, long shot, turned away by the pad of Anoka Olsen. Played out front, still loose. Olsen trying to get on top of it, and now the whistle goes. Although I'm not sure she ever fully had that frozen. But the net also came off.
I think the goalkeeper going into the goal and knocking the net off is what caused the whistle there. enough sticks hitting her that I think they just pushed her back far enough in there. Looks like we got some light snow outside. Again, might just be blowing casually off the roof.
No,
but,
I think we can see it far enough out there, just adding to the atmosphere at the CTN outdoor rink.
The snow globe effect.
Correct. Does mean later in the periods the ice can get a little bit tough to deal with and a little extra slow. And
I've been called that.
Oswego stepping up from the blue line, leaves in the corner for Ketting. Kyla Ketting out to the point. Del Castillo's shot is blocked. She steps up and able to push it back in deep. Anoka looking for room, flips it on the backhand. Held again by Oswego. Ketting lost the handle, slides right to Olsen. Olsen kicks it back to Ketting. Ketting circles, shoots, blocker saved by Olsen. Gloved into the corner by Alm. Sends it up the boards, held there by Del Castillo. She'll hold again. Kylie Ketting finding a way out of the corner. A shot, a blocker save. And Alm recovers in the corner. She's just going to send it all the way down, take the icing, get some fresh skaters on the ice for the Tornadoes. Trailing by 4 here late in the first period or second period.
Not a bad one. The netminder for the Tornadoes there, Olsen, she's just getting peppered with goals. Or peppered with pucks there toward the end. But a couple nice saves to deflect those up and over, out of the way. She's definitely seen constant pressure for the last few minutes here from the Bluebirds.
Well, in a more controlled second period for Champlain Park Coon Rapids, they have really limited Anoka to only a couple of shots, no real good chances here in the second period, and they have put a lot of pressure on in the offensive end. This one played to the line. Julian will hold it there. Trying to come out of the corner is Clocker. Clocker finds some room, gets it out to center, pressured by Johnson. She kicks it ahead. Amsler couldn't get it in deep. Bluebirds can't get it back out to neutral, and now Johnson will skate it, try and slide it in front of Bernovic, but a little too far. Bernovic tied up in the corner. Ends up on the ice, and Anoka ends up with the puck. Over skating it a bit was Francois. Cross ice pass was too far, and icing waved off as good hustle. And again, that puck slowed down maybe a little extra because of the light snow that's falling. You can see not a lot of tracks in the snow in the Coon Rapids end.
Yeah, it's our best gauge for time of possession right now, right? How much snow coverage is on the ice?
Tornadoes trying to set it up deep. Reichle sends it back in. Hennis gets it back to her. A shot didn't make it through to the net. Recovered on the near side by Anoka. Out front, a little backhanded attempt by Reichle is turned away by Wastrel. Under a minute to go in the second period. Puck comes free. Scott looking for that stretch pass, was a little off the mark, but Johnson battling and drawing the penalty. Gets back up and gets possession. That shot hit traffic. Now touched up by Anoka, and the 2-for-2 Champlain Park Coon Rapids power play is going back onto the ice with a split power play. 42 seconds left in this second period. And then they'll have clean ice if they're not able to capitalize before the intermission.
Now you can definitely see the puck speed slowing down on those longer passes, and it's an adjustment you got to make while you're out there. You've played some outdoor hockey on the ice with snow, Joe.
Once or twice.
Yeah. What else does it do besides slowing the puck down?
Makes it bounce all over.
Oh, well, there you go.
And if there's enough of it, it can get lost.
Well, hopefully we don't get to that point.
No, and I don't know that, with a high school league game, that if it gets to that point, they wouldn't decide to postpone or move indoors.
Well, we don't have the glowing puck graphic to track it if it gets buried
Correct.
in the snow. But that last shot deflected
Up and out of play.
up into the atmosphere somewhere.
Yep, just hope the fans are keeping an eye on watching for frozen pucks, because that one deflected and was headed right toward one of the bonfires. back behind the home team's net. Well, the home team's net in first and third periods.
Yes.
Sent all the way down, 15 seconds left in the period. Brnovic skates through center, under 10 to go. Goes to her forehand, can't jam the shot through. Good block and good job by Booth to force it over to the corner. And Anoka able to burn up the final few seconds of the second period. But 2 more goals for the home squad. The Bluebirds a 4-0 lead going to the third period, and they'll have 1:19 to go with the advantage. We'll be back with the third period from the CTN Outdoor Rink after this on CTN. Back at Coon Rapids Ice Center, the CTN Outdoor Rink hosting Coon Rapids Hockey Day. A beautiful day, a light snow falling. And the Champlain Park Coon Rapids girls hockey team enjoying a 4-0 lead. As we start the third, they will have a minute 19 of power play. They are 2 for 2 with the advantage so far this evening. Joe Yund and Jeremy Smith up above. And Anoka again, after they were down 1-0 early in the first period, they had some good offensive zone time. They created some good chances. They put some pressure on. But since a little over midway through that first period, it's pretty much been all Champlain Park Coon Rapids.
Yeah, the Bluebirds really turned up the pressure and just prolonged, maintained possession in the offensive zone, multiple opportunities. If they're not poking a rebound back in, trying to score a goal, they're passing it back out to reset. They're really controlling the game. Like you said, since halfway through that first, they just took over.
Well, and Anoka just so exhausted from playing and spending so much time in their defensive end, have just been kind of tossing it out to center a lot of times, allowing Champlain Park Coon Rapids defensemen to just regroup quickly and get right back in on the forecheck.
And we still have that light snow coming down. You can already see it starting to accumulate on the freshly Zambonied ice.
Anoka able to poke the puck free back into the Bluebirds' end. It's recovered by Burnett. Cross for McKenzie, and now Kylie Scott up ice. Able to control into the zone, a shot, and that missed up over the net. Bernovic recovers in the corner, centers it, kicked away out front to the line. Scott sends it through the traffic. It's deflected into the corner. Bernovic leaves it down low. Pass out front, a shot by McKenzie, and the save by Olsen. Scott sends it in, patted away by Olsen. And now Anoka able to clear the zone. 30 seconds left on the power play as Kylie Scott regroups in her own defensive end. Johnson trying to work her way through traffic, much of which is her own teammates. And it's finally broken up, cleared out, and now carried through center by Kristoff. Kristoff's shot deflected into the corner by Scott, then played it through the slot, chopped out to center by Johnson. That one lost in the linesman's skates. Recovered by Bernovic. Bernovic tries to dangle her way through, but it's stopped up by Francois, and she gets it back out to center. The penalty is over, so back to 5-on-5 hockey. First successful kill of the ball game for the Anoka Tornadoes.
Tornadoes had a chance there, but the pass was just a little too far out of the reach for that 2-on-1.
Johnson's pass behind its intended target, but down into the zone, lets him get some fresh players on the ice. Zahalka trying to cut around on the near side. And this one just hammered the length by Anoka. That'll be icing. 15:02 to go, period number 3.
Just a slow, steady supply of snow coming down. Like a salt shaker out there.
Face-off win by the Bluebirds. Scott plays it down low. Tessa Bowden looks out front. Lost the handle, now plays it in on a short angle. The save by Olsen. She lost her stick into the corner. Bluebirds trying to recover. Played to the line. Nola Milton stepping in. Swung it back for Ketting, but Ketting had lost her stick. Battle continues along the boards. Kicked free and now swept behind by Anoka. Anoka continuing to have trouble deep in their own end from the consistent forecheck pressure. Long shot, Milton, the save by Olsen.
Defender got the stick back to the goalkeeper there for the Tornadoes.
Couple of players hit the ice. No whistles will be blown. Scott trying to get around the defender. Tries to jam it home. Olsen able to make the save and hold for the faceoff.
You know, she lost her stick behind the net there, just waiting for a window to go get it. Finally, one of her defenders helped her out. Picked it up and brought that back around front.
Face off to the left of Anoka. Olsen won again by Champlin Park Coon Rapids. They play it deep. Centering attempt deflected. Back out to the point for Kylie Scott. Briley Del Castillo plays it to Cam Singh coming off the boards. Gets Scott walking in. A wrist shot. The save by Olsen. Amsler nearly able to clear on the rebound, but held momentarily by the Bluebirds. Good job picking the pocket by Briley Del Castillo. And now here's Brooklyn Johnson with speed through center. Takes it deep and winds up behind the net. Back out to Shelby Julian walking in, looking for a tip out front and deflected into the corner instead. Singh plays it down out of the reach of Emma Olsen. Ulm sends it back behind. Tornadoes trying to break out the near side. Julian holds the shot in, turned away by Olsen. Olsen with a steal in the corner, plays it for Singh. His shot didn't have a lot on it, and Olsen makes another save for her Tornadoes. Amsler back the other way, looking for room down the right wing. Cutting across, Oswego able to get a stick on it and poke it into the far corner. Julian near side for Cameron Singh, out to the line, held there by Clocker. That shot deflected into the far corner. Poked to the line, held again. That shot hit traffic, recovered in the corner, but then lost again by Baron DeGolier. Olsen plays it off the boards and gets it out to neutral ice. Tornadoes send it back in. Shelby Julian on the loose puck. Across for Kyla Ketting. She's able to skate to center, had to kick it back to her stick. This time can't get past the stick of Amsler. Amsler turns it up ice. That pass over the stick of Baron DeGolier. Behind for Oswego. She had her stick lifted. Amsler comes away with the puck. Looking to get away from Zahalka. Swings it out to the point. Clocker steps in. Jam free, and it comes to Shelby Julian. She spins away from pressure, gets tripped up. Puck to the corner, recovered by Tessa Bowden. Bowden fights through a little bit of a hook. Out to center, trying to get past Amsler, and does. Into the zone, leaves it off. The shot by Ketting, blocker save by Olsen. Back the other way comes Caitlin Booth, dumping it in. Kylie Scott behind her own net, tried to cut back. It hit the skate of Bottineau. Reversed there by Milton. Scott with an open lane down the right wing. Gets to the red line and sends it deep. Olsen stops it up behind the net. Under 11 minutes to go in this contest. Champlin Park Coon Rapids enjoying a healthy 4-0 lead. Trying to break a 3-game losing streak. Centering pass went off some skates. Recovered, sent to the line, held there by Milton. She dumps it in out of the reach of Brooklyn Johnson. This one flipped high off the glass, bounces right back into the corner where it's recovered by Amaya Olsen. Plays it up the far side. Skating to center is Ryan Holes. She dumps it in, and she and Scott got tangled up on the ice at the blue line. Long pass for McKenzie. Knocked down by Brooklyn Johnson. She enters the zone. Her shot deflected. Doesn't get through. She hacked at it and sends it into the near corner. Brooklyn Johnson lost an edge. Coughed it up. Tornadoes able to force it out to center. This one flipped right back out. Bertovic will jump on the loose puck, and now we have a whistle as it hits someone in the Champlin Park Coon Rapids bench.
Oh, we're seeing a little bit more back and forth here. Anoka's brought the puck up ice a few times, but never ever able to turn it into a real opportunity.
Not sure quite what the whistle was for. If it was off someone on the bench, I would have expected it to be at the very least outside the Champlin Park Coon Rapids zone, if not all the way back in their end, because I thought it was played out of their defensive end. There was a quick discussion with the official, and either way, we're back to action in this one. Dumped in deep by Evelyn Semling. 4-goal lead. Champlain Park Coon Rapids able to roll 4 lines. Emma Olson pressuring far side, nearly caused the turnover. Instead, Anoka flings to center ice. Played across. Bowden couldn't control. Kicked free by Hennis. This one deflected in off the stick of Caitlin Booth.
Yeah, we talked about the snow having an effect on that puck there. You see a lot less of that smooth slide and a lot more spinning pucks right now.
CPCR with the ice. Face off back to the right of Madeline Wastrel.
Just under 9 left to go here.
McKenzie had it hop over her stick and had it hop over her stick again. Scott trying to settle. Pressure from a couple of Anoka players. Hamsler pokes it free, carries behind, stops up, turns away from Scott, back out to the point. Clocker sends it back in and around. Far corner is Baron DeGolier. Played it back towards the net. Didn't make it through. McKenzie will skate with it to center for the Bluebirds. Lily McKenzie into the offensive end, trying to walk through 2 defenders. It was poked free. Recovered by Cam Singh. Singh at the top of the circles. She got tripped up, and play continues as Anoka gets to the line, dumps it in, under 8 minutes to go. Long pass to center. Brooklyn Johnson tried to play it back for Julian, and pass off the mark. Wastrel out under pressure, plays it off the boards. McKenzie can't get it out of the zone. Held nicely by Hammaker. Comes free. Julian across to Kylie Scott. Scott stutter steps and now takes some strides through center. Kylie Scott walks around a defender, and a huge glove save by Anoka Olson. As she tried to stay short side, got the goalie sliding, but Olsen able to keep the glove in a good spot to rob the Cardinal, or the Bluebird captain.
Yeah, absolutely. Just good move to lose her defender and tosses that goal in, but great save from Olsen there for the Tornadoes.
She's been busy, and she has done what she can so far to keep her team in this contest.
Been a long day between the pipes for her.
Well, and at this point, off of 2 straight shutout losses and 3 of their last 4, Tornadoes have to be just thinking about getting one and getting that monkey off their back. This one played down to the Champlain Park end. Icing waved off, so Wastrel sets it up for Oswego. She weaves through a couple of players, now sends it ahead. Kyla Ketting carries into the zone. She's bumped, sends it toward the net. Bowden hacking away at it. Comes free. Oswego a chance, comes back to her. That shot is blocked. Sends it in on the backhand, stopped up by the Tornadoes. Oswego able to hold the line again momentarily. Bowden right back on the attack. It's to her forehand. His shot misses wide, ends up behind the net. Swept at there by Sinjum. Or Abby Moore, excuse me, looking at the wrong roster, wrong number 14, and should have been offside, but was not whistled. Puck comes to Tessa Bowden. Bowden down the left wing. Cutting out, back out front, stayed with it. I think it was disrupted by a poke check. Long rebound. McKenzie jumps on it, flips it back out to Briley Del Castillo. She tries to walk through. Tipped off her stick. And now Abby Moore skates to center, moves it along for Ulm. Ulm got it into the zone, but Anoka offside with 5:39 to go in the third period.
A couple more shot opportunities for the Bluebirds there. down in the zone, kind of playing a little back and forth. Not quite the aggression they had earlier, but with a 4-0 lead and 5 minutes to go, don't know how aggressive you need to be, right?
Kylie Scott steps up with the loose puck. Goes to her backhand. Tried to slide it through to Bernovic, but it hit some skates. Anoka back the other way. Amsler into the zone. Centering pass taken away by Del Castillo. Knocked off her stick, but right to Lily McKenzie. McKenzie for Bernovic. That one handcuffed her a bit. Stopped up and turned around by Clocker. Del Castillo back out to the neutral zone. Clocker troubled there by Bernovic. Able to come away with it. Spins, but there was McKenzie there in support. Free puck collected by Bernovic. She can't get it deep. Played back out into the neutral zone and into the Champlain Park Coon Rapids end by Nora Sloth. Quick turnaround again. That one hopped off the stick of Brooklyn Johnson. Stepping up is Kylie Scott. She gets around a defender. A chance in tight and misses just wide. Sent back in deep. McKenzie trying to center. That was broken up with a stick. Amsler able to get it to center. Brooklyn Johnson turning with it for the Bluebirds. Into the zone. Lost the handle. Poke back out to center. Julian waiting for teammates to clear. Sends it across far side. Johnson will weave her way in. Take the shot. That deflected off a skate into the near corner. Champlain Park Coon Rapids in control again. Brooklyn Johnson had it knocked off her stick. Recovered by Bernovic. Bernovic trying to walk out. Poked away from her. Recovered by the Tornadoes. Moore was able to get it as far as center, and then it was knocked off her stick. Now cleared the other way. They say the puck was tipped, so no icing. As the Sweegan goes behind her own net. Up the boards, Olsen shovels it out on the backhand. Jumping on it is Kylie Ketting. Ketting can't get it to settle down. Played back out to Eswegan. Had to turn to her backhand to control the pass from Zahalka. Out of the reach of Olsen. Reichle can't get it out up the board. Stopped up nicely. Zahalka has a shot that's broken up. That one dropped for Eswegan. Steps around a defender. Walks in. Wrist shot misses wide. Julian jams at it in the corner. Broke free by Caitlin Booth. Played back in deep. Emma Olsen tied up there by Booth, but Olsen able to come away with the puck. Centers, but nobody home, and this one going all the way back to the Bluebirds' end.
Not quite the pass she wanted.
Sweegan slips it out to center. It was disrupted by Kristoff. Ketting slowed that play from getting through. Still, Anoka not able to get it into the zone. Now they do. Quick regroup by the Bluebird defenders. Oswego weaving through traffic, tripped up, but that's incidental contact. Skate to skate. Bernovic will skate into the zone. Inside the corner, tried to spin away from pressure. McKenzie able to pick up the puck. She'll shoot. That hit traffic. Milton on the board, spins away from the pressure. Now we'll send it in deep. McKenzie couldn't control it. Francois sends it up the boards. Milton pinches down to the hash marks. Singh out front. A chance for Bernovic is stopped up. McKenzie fanned on the rebound chance. Hennis able to get it out to center, and stumbling her way into the zone is Reese Kristoff, quickly turned away and turned around by the Bluebirds. McKenzie, shot, blocker, save, and a cover for Anoka Olsen. 1:33 to go.
And we're seeing the Bluebirds back to that sustained offensive possession. Shot, recover, reset, repeat. Keeping the puck and all the skating down on one half of the arena.
93 seconds away from getting their record back to 500, and a good time for it because they've got 3 straight games here starting tonight against teams sub 500. Sorry, I'm reading off the wrong one. Never mind. They next week they are at Maple Grove, ranked number 5 in the state right now, on Tuesday, and then they play Holy Angels starting on Monday as the Bluebirds try and defend their title at the Kaposia Classic. Had back-to-back shutout wins against Elk River and Woodbury in the Kaposia Classic to win that holiday tournament last year, and they'll go back looking to defend. Start out against Holy Angels at 1 o'clock on Monday afternoon over at Herb Brooks Arena in St. Paul.
'Tis the season for lots of hockey, is what they say, right?
Some would say that.
And our snow seems to have continued to maintain, maybe even picked up a little bit as far as the rate that it's coming down. We'll see how that affects the later game.
Yeah, the boys, Coon Rapids Cardinals and Anoka Tornadoes, set to hit the ice following this contest. Bernovic skates it into the zone, runs into numbers for the Tornadoes. They come away with it. Again, Coon Rapids able to hold at the top of the zone. McKenzie walking in and a blocker save for Olsen. Lily McKenzie looking for 4th of the game. Had 5 goals on the season coming in. She's got the hat trick tonight, too, on the power play. This one poked home, and I think it may indeed be Lily McKenzie again. Looks like she got a stick in just before Olsen was able to cover. And that makes it a 5-0 lead with just 9 seconds left.
Yeah, indeed. Just that puck was still loose. Tipped it right in there, snuck it in for her team's 5th goal tonight. Anoka with one last possession down ice here, and that's going to do it, Joe.
McKenzie just trying to wait out the clock. There is the buzzer. And Champlain Park Coon Rapids, a convincing 5-0 win over conference opponent Anoka.
Yeah, the Bluebirds possessed the puck, had prolonged opportunities and possession in the offensive end there, and when their defense faced those odd rushes, they stepped up and were up to the task. Obviously, Wastrel was great in goal tonight.
Yeah, he was not very busy, or she was not very busy in the second and third periods, but she helped sustain some decent pressure from Anoka early in the first. And then Champlain Park Coon Rapids able to get on the board and get rolling, and their power play looked good and just able to control the action pretty much start to finish. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Mobile. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Jeremy Smith, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.